welcome to the next review of the Transformers IDW comic book collection review. And joining me here, of course, is my dad here.
Hey, yo.
And as you can see, today we'll be reviewing the IDW Transformers Phase 1 Volume 7 here. And as you can see, it does have a picture of Soundwave here. And like with the other volumes from Phase 1, it does have the same Transformers IDW collection on the side. And on this side it has the number 7, because this is volume 7. And the same Transformers IDW collection on the side. And IDW here. And on the back, it has the rest of the picture of Soundwave, just his arm and his shoulder cannon here. And on the bottom, it has Phase 7 begins. And here it tells you what's in it, of course. And you do have a little bookmark, just like with all the others, so you can stop where you left off at. So now let's check out what's in it. First, I will have to adjust the camera down. And adjust the screen here.
Want me to help hold the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here you have the exact same picture of Soundwave here. And here are the contents here. And if I zoom in here, so in this book we have the Transformers Infestation volume or chapters 1 and 2 of the Infestation series. And these two here are the continuations of the Transformers ongoing series. And on the bottom we have the 4-issue Ironhide miniseries. first off, we're gonna start off with the 2-issue miniseries of Transformers Infestation. So what this is we have Galvatron, Cyclonus, and the Sweeps, and there's also a new character which is named Bayonet, who is part of Galvatron's team. And Galvatron is also sending out a bunch of like zombie creatures to Earth, and also Bayonet does have a different name, but we'll get to that at the end of issue 1 here. And here's Galvatron and the other Decepticons here. And I'm trying to like find, oh, here it is. This is a Bayonet here. This one, where my finger's pointing at, is named Bayonet. But she is called a different name, but we'll get to that in a minute. And here we have the Autobots here getting ready to fight off Galvatron and the others. And also, we do find out here in both of these issues of Infestation that Cub is having some memories back in his spotlight self, like right here. Cub started getting some memories from these creatures here, which was back in his
spotlight.
Yes, his spotlight self. And we do have Optimus and Galvatron battling. And we do have the humans, well, one of the humans in these exosuits here. Oh, and also one of these humans, when these zombie creatures started to appear in here. One of the humans is like, this is like a Zack Snyder film. But then Cup here is like, Snyder? You mean Romero? Which is like a reference of the George Romero movie, Dawn of the Dead. And we do have the exosuits also. Well, the humans piloting up these exosuits ready to battle Galvatron along with the Autobots here. And this here, the Autobots are also setting up this force field around Los Angeles here. If I remember, it is Los Angeles. And here we do get some like flashbacks here about Galvatron explaining to the Autobots here. And we do see more of these zombies here. And then Cobb is asking Prime about that he's having his memories back. And also here, Cop is like, where did Bayonet come from? And since when was there a bayonet? And right here, Cub is about to like freak out. But then his chest, well, he just got like stabbed by this one, which was Bayonet. But then in the next page, which is here, we learn, we do find out that Bayonet here is actually named Brit. And this is where in issue 2 here explains where did Bayonet or Brit come from. Yeah, here it explains where did Bayonet or Brit come from here?
So, if I'm right, these are more or less two infused organisms or life beings, or and it when she infused herself, it kind of turned her into a zombie. I think so. It's somewhere around that line. And so she wasn't the same as what she was. She was one thing before she infused herself with this robot organism, mechanical, and then she becomes something else. From a flesh form to more of a robotic form. And with that, it kind of altered her state of mind too.
Right. And here we have Cup here trying to like fight off Brit here. And the other Autobots are also trying to fight off Brit and also the other
Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of almost like a zombie kind of tale story.
Or like a horror film.
Horror slash zombie film story. Kinda, it's interesting. I think that Brit gets more than what she bargained for at the end.
But then Cop is now
like a robot zombie.
right.
And he like I said, you'd have to see a spotlight of Cup to understand more of this.
Yes.
And his back issues.
Because in order to understand this, you will first have to read Spotlight Cup before you get to this.
Yes.
And what I was also about to say is, like my dad was asking you, Cup was kind of like affected, and also as a zombie, like you said.
Yeah. The cigar had a big part to do in it, believe it or not, the cigar. So as you read, you'll see where the cigar fits in, because it helps tie Cup into the story, and the cigar had a big part to do to it. But they didn't call it a cigar, they called it a what? That cigar? And they called it something like that. I forgot what they called it.
But then here, Brett opened up a portal which will lead Cup into it, which will send him to the universe called the dead universe.
Like the dead zone.
Well, it's actually called the
dead universe.
The dead universe.
See there? Dead universe. Not the dead zone. The dead universe. Okay.
And here's some more artwork here about what's happening here. And now Cup is warped inside the dead universe. But then Galvatron and his others here is now warped into somewhere else. So that is the 2-issue miniseries of Infestation. It was a really dark issue.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of dark moments in it.
Yeah, it was, yeah. You find out in this issue right here, like I said, the cigar, I forgot how they called it. It had a lot to do with Cup staying his self. And you would have never thought that, but once the cigar is gone, you see a change in him. But anyway, you have to read the story to find out.
And now we're in the continuations of the Transformers ongoing series. So here we do open with some Decepticons here in space. And one of these Decepticons is shooting at these other Decepticons here. And here we have Starscream here with the Matrix wrapped around his neck. Well, on a chain wrapped around his neck here. And he's talking to
Is that a bombshell?
Yes. Here, he's talking to Bombshell here.
Bombshell in this story is kind of like the mad scientist.
Right.
It's kind of like the mad scientist. Starscream, he really wants to use the Matrix. He really wants to use the Matrix.
Right.
But like I said, Bombshell's got his own intent, and he's kind of like the mad scientist of the Decepticons at this time in this story.
But then here, they too get like an unwelcome visitor here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Starscream here grabs one of these little Insecticon things and throws it at him here. And it electrocutes him.
Who? Electrocutes who?
It electrocutes this guy here, and I forgot what his name is, but Starscream here does shoot him in the chest. I just like forgot what his name is. And now we're cut to the humans and Optimus Prime here talking. I do want to get to the part where Megatron is awake, because at the end of this issue, we do see the big twist that Megatron is awake.
So you have some more interactions with human beings and Autobots and stuff like that, and these next couple of pages, and
Oh. This is the big twist here. But before we get to that, here's some more of Starscream and the others here. And Optimus Prime here with the exosuits here.
mm-hmm.
And here we do see someone's hand closing up into a fist. That
because right now Megatron is in a tube.
Yes.
Kind of like a tube to regenerate and heal.
And here he is in one of those tubes, because Megatron is awake. Now in this next chapter, all we learn about here is like the origins of Spike. Of Spike Wiki. And first off, in the first page, we see him working out in the gym. But here, we do get some flashbacks of his origin here. Like how he was trained.
Spike, his memories from training as a teenager and a boy and stuff like that, and his time training in the military.
Right. And he does go to school, like you see here, but he's not like what kids at school always act like. He just likes to fight.
He definitely likes to, I say, challenge sometimes authority, for sure.
Right.
But he is a go-getter. He knows what he wants and he's going after it. You know, in this story of what they portray him right here.
Right.
So they're like, hey, loosen up some. You know, when he's training, he's like, nope, ain't gonna do it. Now, to understand, his dad is a higher up rank in the military than what Spike is. So it's kind of an odd relationship between his dad being a higher level of authority in the military compared to where Spike's at. Sometimes, you know, you see the bond there between father and son, but you also sometimes see the discipline between the father and son in the story too. Because they both serve in the military. The dad and the son.
So, this issue that does not have a lot of the robots in it. It's just all about Spike. But here we do see Spike hunting for one of these robots. And it is one of those robots who formed Devastator. And it's the leader of the...
Keep on going. I'll be right back.
Like here, we do see him hunting for one of the robots, which is the one that forms Devastator, and he finally founds one, which is right here, and the leader of the Constructicons is Scrapper, and when Scrapper felt the pain, because Spike did through some of that green acid stuff, and when Scrapper felt the pain, he transformed into his robot mode, and he's like, ah, human germ. And also Spike is like, what? I finally found you. But why are you all colored green? You're a construction robot. Cause construction vehicles are yellow, but here one of the construction vehicles is green, which is Scrapper.
Yeah, so he pretty much got acid in the face. Not a good feeling.
Yes.
Never had it happen, nor do I want to have it happen.
And here we do see Spike talking to Scrapper here, and we do get a little bit of a flashback here with Devastator here. About what happened. Like, but back in the, I'm guessing the All Hell Megatron story, if I remember.
Well, you remember Omega Supreme and Devastator duked it out right there at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that I do remember that. And then here, Spike just finished him off by shooting him in the head with this gun here. So, other words, the leader of the Constructicons, which is Scrapper, is dead. But Devastator can still be merged together. The only problem is that he only has one leg, because the other leg, which is Scrapper, that forms the other leg of Devastator, is no longer there, because he's dead. And here we do have the humans, well, we do have the news reporter here talking about what's going on. And here we do see the Combaticons here. And there's only 3, which is Brawl, Vortex, and Onslaught. Yeah. So we only have 3 of the Combaticons here. Oh, and here, at this part here, this guy here, which, if I remember his name, Spike, is telling these Autobots, hey guys, I need to, talk to your leader.
Yeah, now since you said that, I remember, yeah. Okay, okay, Spike comes in there, and, yes, this, okay. Right now, they put Bumblebee in charge as being the leader of the Autobots. Okay, because Prime still got some issues to sort out and stuff like that. So, when they said, when Spike walks in there and says, hey, I need to talk to y'all's leader, all the Autobots point at Bumblebee.
And it's at the next page here.
And Spike was like, no, I need to talk to your other leader.
Which is Optimus here.
Yeah. So that was pretty comical. Hey, something big's going on. I need to talk to the leader. And then they all stopped what they were talking and pointed dead at Bumblebee. And Spike's like, no, I need to talk to the other leader.
That was the most hilarious thing.
That was pretty comical. I mean, because they're all talking and stuff like that, and all of a sudden Spike walks in there, and it was something. We didn't expect that, a little comical relief there.
And here we do see Spike and a couple of the humans and the Autobots are watching the news here, and the president here
Is that what they? I don't know. Is that what they're portraying him as, the president? Yeah, I think so. That's what they're portraying him as, the president. And they have some words and stuff like that, and
But one of the words he's about to say is where Spike here is like, please don't say it, please don't say it, please don't say it, please don't say it. Oh, he said it. And here in this issue, we do have some construction workers working on some things. Well, they are towing these things here, which have the Autobots in their vehicle modes inside these things here.
And there's a reason why they have to do that, but you'd have to read the story.
Right.
You'd have to read the story to find out why they're in there. Because the humans just think that they're normal cargo. So anyway.
And here they are. And now they're in their robot modes here. Because the Autobots drove inside this thing here. And also the Autobots are fighting the Combaticons in their vehicle modes because the Autobots don't want to be spotted in their robot modes, so they need to be in disguise because they're robots in disguise.
Robots in disguise.
So they have to fight off the Combaticons in their vehicle modes.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get spotted. And here we do see Bumblebee and Thundercracker talking, because Bumblebee is all like, hey, could you please come and help us? And Thundercracker's like, I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Autobots here just going through something and talking. And this Autobot, Brawn, his attitude is like really harsh, if you can call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And here the Combaticons are just sitting around and having a drink. But then Vortex here notices some smoke, and it is Optimus here. Optimus drives off with Vortex grabbing him on the front. And then here he just pushes him off. And here we too can get the appearance of the Predacons here. And if you remember from the Spotlight Jazz, the Predacons do make an appearance in the Spotlight Jazz, but in the Spotlight of Jazz, the Predacons transform into their vehicle modes. But here they transform into their animal modes, like in the G1 cartoon.
Because the way they have it portrayed is Predaking, before Earth was vehicles. They transformed into vehicles. Now when Predaking got to Earth, they redesigned themselves and put themselves into animal modes.
And here we do get the first appearance of Cosmos here in space. And this part here, we do find out that Bumblebee has to go with the other Autobots to talk to the humans, so that the humans could understand what Bumblebee was talking, except for one of the humans. But here we do. Here we do see Bumblebee talking to the humans about what's going on. But one of these humans, which is right here in this corner, pulls out a gun, which should look familiar, and he shoots, and well, he just shoots Bumblebee in the chest with a weapon that should look familiar. And now we're at this chapter here where we see Hot Rod flying in space with this ship that he stole from the previous issue, which was from volume 6. And here we do see Acid Storm reminding what looks like shrapnel here about what's about what's this in space flying. And then Hot Rod gets geared up, like he grabs some weapons and he takes off. Like he just flies out of the ship and then he blows it up here. Well, it didn't just blow up. These guns that the Decepticons have shoots at the ship and it blows up. Yes. Yes. And these things are falling down and blowing up on the ground. And here we do see Starscream and Bombshell here talking. And here we do see Hot Rod all geared up and he's firing on the Decepticons here. And here we do see Razor Claw about to attack Hot Rod, but then Hot Rod grabs one of these little robotic Insecticons, which was, if I show you on the previous page, right here. So this little Insecticon here, what he does is that he grabs it off of him and he like shoves it in Razor Claw's mouth. And Razor Claw just like gulped it, like he basically just swallowed it. And Hot Rod here is like, you swallowed that? Get off of me.
Mm-hmm.
And Razor Claw is telling Starscream about what's going on. But then Razor Claw started to like act funny. And Starscream is like, what are you doing? Are you insane? And out comes Hot Rod here. And Hot Rod is telling Starscream, well, Hot Rod is basically telling Starscream about something, and Starscream is like, don't shoot me. And Hot Rod is like, oh, I'm not going to shoot you. I'll shoot the Matrix. You don't know me very well. And then here on the bottom, he shoots the Matrix. And Starscream just started going, aye! So now Hot Rod has got the Matrix. But then here at the bottom, Hot Rod has an unwelcome visitor behind him. And when Hot Rod bumps into someone, it is Megatron in his new body. And getting a closer look at his new body here.
So Megatron was reformatted as he was healing. He also got an upgrade, kind of reformatted into another different type. This time he is a vehicle. He's not a Walter P-38.
But we are going to find out about his old body, like, in a couple of the issues. And then here, Megatron shoots Hot Rod into space. And then Soundwave shows up, and he's like, is there something wrong, Megatron? And he's like, nothing, I'm just swatting a gnat. But get my Decepticons ready. And here we do get like a flashback of Bumblebee getting shot. Here it is. This is the gun that the human shot at Bumblebee. Which does look like Megatron here. But we are going to find out why here. there's some more here. And here, this guy here is repairing Bumblebee, but he only did the best he could. So he may need to wait until Ratchet could come along and repair him. And here is Soundwave. Here. And we do see a bit of the Stunticons here. And this guy and this girl here talking to each other on the news here. Now here we do get some information about Megatron's old body, because Megatron's old body was made into guns, like right here, because when Megatron got beat up by Optimus back in the All Hail Megatron series, the Decepticons took Megatron and flew him somewhere so they could repair him into a new body. And what the Decepticons did to the guns is they loaded them up into like a crate and threw them into Earth. And here we do see, well, we are going to see in these next chapters where Starscream and Thundercracker are talking. But then Brawn comes in and he starts like bashing Starscream here. And Brawn had to help Thundercracker because here Starscream was shooting Thundercracker in the back here. Oh, and here, Megatron has Ultra Magnus here, and he's taking Megatron. Well, he's taking Ultra Magnus here as hostage here. And Megatron's new form is the stealth bomber jet. Which yeah, here's Megatron's new form here, which is a stealth bomber jet. And here's some of the Autobots here getting ready. And Brawn here is towing Thundercracker here. So the Autobots could repair him. Oh, and here, Optimus shoots Soundwave in the face, and then he lies down on the floor because Optimus and Megatron was talking, but then Optimus got so aggressive with Megatron, so then he shot Soundwave in the face. And now Megatron is taking Soundwave for repairs. And another thing that happens here is, okay, so here we do see that there are, right here, there is 4 Autobots here being surrounded by some humans here getting ready to fire at them with the Megatron gun. But then here, Jazz notices it, so then he charges at the human that's trying to fire at the 4 Autobots here. But then Jazz charges, and then he jumps, and he kills a human. And when Bumblebee notices it, he's like, "No! What did you just do, Jazz?" And Jazz was in shock over what he just did. here we do see the Autobots repairing Thundercracker here. And here we do see Soundwave getting repaired by Shockwave, and Soundwave is not dead. He's just in stasis lock. But then Optimus comes out here. And he wants to talk to Megatron even more. Which you could see here. But then here, he takes off running. And Megatron here is like, Astro Train, get him! But then something fires out from the sky. And then here we do see Optimus and Megatron fighting. But then Megatron finishes off Prime. Which you could see right here. In this bottom page here. But then Megatron carried Optimus to the base here, which does look like Omega Supreme, which it is, because Megatron surrenders here. And we do get a bit of Optimus and Megatron talking for a little bit here. So that is about it for the continuations of the Transformers ongoing series. Now we're at the last part, which is the 4-issue Ironhide miniseries. Now, what this is this is basically Ironhide coming back from the dead, because he got shot from the previous issue of the Transformers ongoing series. And he was resurrected by if I can find him. I'm trying to like find the robot that resurrected him. Here it is. this is the robot that resurrected Ironhide, and this is Alpha Trion, which we get the first appearance of Alpha Trion here. And Alpha Trion explains why did he had to bring Ironhide back. But then here, Ironhide notices something on the screen which does look like a robot, which is an Autobot. So Ironhide is like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna rescue that Autobot. And it's this Autobot here, which is named Sunstreaker. So then he brings him in so Alpha Trion could see how to repair him. And then here, Ironhide goes out and deals with the Insecticon swarm, and he's taking them all down. But there was like too many of them. Yeah, here it is. You can see the Insecticon swarm here. But then this guy named Metroplex comes in and squishes the Insecticon swarm for like some help. And here we have a little bit more of Alpha Trion and Ironhide talking. And here you could see Ironhide is just bashing Alpha Trion here. And Alpha Trion is about to like go somewhere, and he was asking Sunstreaker to come along with him. And yes. But Sunstreaker is like, no, I'm gonna stay with Ironhide. And Alpha Trion's like, okay, then I guess I'll be going by myself. here we have a bit of Ironhide and Sunstreaker talking here. And that is the end of the IDW Phase 1 Volume 7. And now I'm just trying to get us in frame here.
So, what'd you think about it? So go ahead and tell them what you thought the overall view of the book is. Did you like it? Did you like some of the stories? Did you like some of the twists?
I do like some of the twists in this book here. And I also do like the explaining of how Megatron's old body was made, which was made into guns and being reformatted into a stealth bomber jet.
Okay, well, is that about it?
Do you have any final thoughts about it?
It's got a couple good twists in it that I like. It does put a sense of humor in it, and some of these stories, not all of them, but a couple of them, I found it pretty kind of comical relief. Like when Spike walks in there and says, "I need to talk to your leader," and all the Autobots were sitting there talking around Bumblebee, and then they all just clammed up and pointed straight at Bumblebee. And that's when Spike said, "No, I need to talk to the other leader of the Autobots." And then, of course, they knew exactly who they were talking about, because Bumblebee really didn't want this position. He didn't want to be the leader of the Autobots right now while Optimus Prime is sorting himself out. So, that was some of the comic that I found pretty good in there. That was neat.
And we're almost done with Phase 1. We just only have one more volume left of these hardcover books, and then Phase 1 will be done, and then we'll be moving into Phase 2. So just one more volume left of Phase 1 here, and then Phase 1 will be finished. Then we'll be getting into Phase 2. And I think that is about it. So there you have the review of the Transformers IDW Phase 1 Volume 7 here. And if you like this video, just had to adjust the lighting there. I just had to adjust the lighting so the glare is not on the book. But if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.